What's up, everyone? I wanted to fill you all in a little bit on what's been going on in my life. Now, I have a client in town, so I've been busy training them. Believe it or not, that's, my actual job. And with the timing of all this, it really works well for my own selfish interest because I'm taking the time now to kind of rework my body a bit. And as an athlete, there are times where you need to push, you need to pull back, you need to readjust. And so most athletes have an off season. I don't really have an off season because I'm trying to get myself noticed the best I can, whether it's in certain tournaments, whether it's the opportunity to play professionally somewhere, whether it's just to play against the best competition possible. I'm trying to put myself in a situation to be the best I can be. But the infinite pursuit of pushing yourself in one direction as hard as you possibly can is going to lead to some wear and tear, but ultimately some sacrifices in other areas that are really important. And so if you're wanting to be in game shape and game ready to play, that's not always the same as pushing your body to be the best it can physically be, because when you push your body to be the best it physically can be, at times it's in opposition to being game ready. So what I mean by that is when you're playing, you want to feel the best you can day in and day out. When you're pushing your body to be the best it can be, there are going to be times, days, weeks, even kind of the majority of a month that you might be kind of tired, beat up, and you might not be running your fastest or jumping your highest. The same goes for developing a skill. When you learn a new skill, you're not very good at it, and then you continue to do that skill and you get better at it. But when you first learn it and you try and put it into a game situation, it's not really useful. It's not going to be something that's going to help you get open a ton. It's not going to be something that you consider as a go-to move. So you're not really game ready in that sense with that move. But that's how you develop moves that you can ultimately use in a game. So it's kind of paradoxical, right? Just feeling great and feeling really comfortable with your game isn't always how you develop your basketball skills the best they can possibly be. But at the same time, this doesn't mean completely ignore being game ready. Because if you just totally remove yourself from being ready to play basketball, you'll spend so much effort trying to get back into ready for basketball that you'll lose some of the skills that you had developed in that meantime. And so you got to find a nice balance. So what I try to do personally is if I'm trying to work on certain qualities that are going to push me, say sprinting, say jumping, say lateral change of direction, whatever it might be, I'm going to find A, things that motivate me to do it, B, environments that keep me competitive, which is why you see me sprint outside sometimes because it's just nice to get out of the house, but C, try and implement this in basketball type settings. So I will sprint in my training. I will do quick movements. I will do basketball-like things still to keep myself ready, but I'm not running conditioning. I'm not necessarily emphasizing playing 2-on-2 or 3-on-3. I'm taking the time to develop certain qualities and skills that I want to focus on to get better. So you can think of it kind of like ingredients in a pie. Someone might like a really sweet pie, or someone might like a pie that's less sweet, and just depending on your goals, you might add a little or a little bit less sugar. And so the same idea happens with our training. We want to make sure that we don't remove everything in totality. We want to have enough of something around that allows us to, at a minimum, at a bare minimum, maintain a quality. And then we want to be able to take that energy that we would have used to develop that quality, say be game ready or whatever it might be, and push that towards skills. So you only have like a finite amount of effort to use. And this is day in and day out. So you can look at the weekly total, the monthly total, or just the daily total. And for me, it's really important when I'm doing this process of rebuilding stuff, because I kind of get antsy and itchy and I want to be able to train on the court, is to use that, bird's eye view perspective and look at the weekly total. That way I know day to day I don't need to overly push myself in one direction. I just have to trust that the averages of all my efforts throughout the week are going to push me towards my goals and ultimately help me get better.